Yo, what is good, everybody? It's your boy, Golden Falls, Golden What If, whatever you want to call me, back at it with another episode or part of What If Deku Had a Fast Learning Quirk. Last part, I obviously left y'all on a cliffhanger on what was going to happen between the match between Bakugo and Deku. But before that, let's do a quick little recap. Basically, Deku fought Todoroki, got him to use his fire quirk, but before that, basically everything else goes to canon. Deku was able to keep those 10 million points, and yeah, let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into the action. All right. So basically, before the fight, Deku's just chilling in the waiting room, just like going over like a strategy and the best way to beat Bakugo here. And he's looking in his journal, like, okay, like maybe if I can get up close, I'll be able to really. And then the door just busts open, just like all you hear is a boosh, and it's Bakugo, and he actually entered the wrong room, and he didn't realize. So he kind of looks at him. He's like, "You damn nerd!" He's like, "What are you doing in my room?" And Deku's like, "Kachan, this is my room." and Bakugo's like, "Oh." Like, and he realizes, and then for some reason he decides just to sit down anyways, and he begins like just talking to Deku like, "You really think you can beat me, nerd? You must have come a long way, huh?" And Deku kind of looks at him and he's like, "Did you just compliment me, Kachan?" And Bakugo's like, "Don't get over here, like just nothing," and he kind of just storms out of the room. And they basically both walk out to the arena, and they're on the opposite sides staring each other down, and Bakugo goes, "You come a long way, huh, nerd? From the day that I told you to jump off the roof and hope that you would get a better quirk in your next life. Look at you now." And Bakugo, in his own little weird way, he apologizes and reconciles for what he's done to Deku, and Deku kind of looks at him and goes, "Kachan, did you just apologize?" And Bakugo's like, "I guess so, nerd." And then Deku looks at him and goes, "Let's have a great fight, Kachan." And Deku takes a stance, and so does Bakugo. And Deku goes, "Now, Kachan, show me how strong you've gotten! Full cowling! 10%! And obviously, Deku can go a lot higher than that, but he wants to start at a slow pace and show Bakugo something that he's been working on for all his life, and he basically just uses his martial arts to keep up. And Bakugo just shoots explosion at explosion every time Bakugo shoots one explosion, he feels this weird pinch in his arm, just like every single time. Right arm explosion, and he feels a pinch at the top right of his shoulder. Left arm explosion, he feels a pinch at the left top of his shoulder. He's so confused, he doesn't know what's going on, and he keeps blasting over and over again. He feels pinches and like pushes like all the way down his arms, but he can't seem to like take a hit. He can't hit him, and Deku, it feels like Deku's just running laps around him, and Bakugo he goes, "Damn it!" and he just shoots the ground, and a huge cloud of smoke gets immersed from the ground, and Bakugo aims where he sees the shadow of Deku, and Deku can't see it, and he blasts Deku right in the face. And President Mike's like, "A direct hit!" Aizawa was like, "Yes, but watch closely." President Mike then's like, "What? Deku wasn't hurt at all!" And Aizawa was basically telling him, like, "Look at his arms." And Deku, right when Aizawa says that on the mic, goes, "Bakugo, or Kachan, look at your arms." And there's bruises all the way up Kachan's arms, like little like finger pressure points, it looks like. And Deku basically looks at him and goes, and where Kachan's like, "When'd you do this, you damn nerd?" He's like, during your first burst of attacks, Kachan. He's like, Kachan, you think I've been just messing around with this lame quirk I have? And he kind of smirks. He's like, I hit all your pressure points in your arms. Your quirk can only hit me at 10%. And Deku just smiles and then kicks Bakugo out of bounds. Bakugo just like sitting there, like looking at Deku like this is the same kid that I told him like he couldn't become a hero, that his quirk was useless, but he barely even used his full strength. He just basically made me look obsolete. And Bakugo, with like a weird sense of like pride that the kid that like he grew up with, the one that he looked down on and thought he was looking down on him and thought he was so much powerful, has grown this much from just pure like motivation. And he kind of smirks and he goes, "You damn nerd, I'm gonna beat you next time." So then basically I feel like Deku and Bakugo at this point would be on decent terms. Obviously not amazing, not best of friends, but they're definitely decent friends. And basically the ceremony happens with All Might, and obviously Bakugo doesn't really need to be muzzled this time, which is good. But we've seen Bakugo throughout the whole like UA Sports Festival get very angry, and I could definitely see like All Might walking up to Bakugo and like saying something, and Bakugo's like, "What'd you say?" And, like blasts a bunch of explosions in the air, and like he still shows that anger. And if you don't know what's gonna happen like in the future, that's gonna set up for that. But so basically in first place we obviously have Deku. Bakugo will take second, and Tokiyami will take third, because Ida is mysteriously just not there. So, well, like Ida's not there to like take tied third for Tokiyami, so that's a little weird. But All Might walks up to Tokiyami and basically is like, "Good job, like you have an amazing quirk, but like you have to start using it like you are one. You are not two separate entities, but I'm very proud of you." And he puts the third place medal on him. Tokiyami's like, thank you, I appreciate it. And then he walks up to Bakugo and says, "You are one of the most powerful students I've seen in a long time, Bakugo. But if you don't keep your anger in check, you won't be able to truly become the hero you want to be." And Bakugo kind of is like, "What'd you say?" And he like shoots explosions into the air, and and All Might kind of smiles. He goes, "Like I just said." And Bakugo kind of like, "Whatever." And then he puts the second place medal on him, and I could definitely see Bakugo kind of like just taking it off and just putting it in his pocket, and then All Might grabs the medal and goes and puts it back on him and goes, "If you don't want to wear this as a trophy, wear it as a battle scar to tell you how much better you need to become." And he kind of looks at All Might and like shakes his head up and down like, "Okay, All Might." And then Deku obviously gets first place. All Might puts the medal on Deku and goes, "I'm proud of you, kid. You didn't even use your full strength. You used everything you've taught yourself, and how much training you've done in the past to be some of the most powerful students I've ever seen. You did well, Azuka Midoriya." And basically the whole crowd is like, "Yeah, let's go. Oh my god." Whatever, like whatever. And then that day passes, and the next day occurs, and they're all in class together, and Aizawa basically talks about the internships. He goes, "All right, there's one thing that first year students always do, and it's internships. And all you got offers, and if you didn't get offers, well, you'll be given an intern, or you'll be given like an internship." And he's like, "This is where it went. Shoto had the most with 7,000, Bakugo had 5,000, and Deku had 4,500. And this is the first year that it's like this. Below that, there's very low numbers or people with none. And basically, Bakugo kind of smirks. He's like, "Oh yeah, I got more than you, Deku." And but Deku is like basically like sitting there writing in his journal like, yeah, but I mean, if I have that many, then like I wonder who actually told me. I have to look at a whole list of 4,500. And then Aizawa kind of like, "Okay, guys, listen, we're gonna be passing out the list of internships that you've been given, and you could decide on that by tomorrow." So then basically the whole class is dismissed, and Deku goes to walk out the door with Momo, and they're gonna like basically just head home. And All Might just goes, "I am here in a totally normal way," you know, like how All Might does all the time. And All Might's like, his whole body is just like shaking. Like Deku's like, "What is wrong with him? Like, what is going on?" And he's like, "Azuku Midoriya, you have one more internship that have been offered by my teacher." And Deku's like shocked. He's like, "Whoa, All Might's teacher?" He's like, "All Might, is your teacher that scary that he's making you shake?" And then All Might's like, "Just take the paper. I hope you decide to go and train with him. He could definitely make you into a great hero." And All Might's like still shaking, like his legs. He's like, "I can't stop shaking my legs." But and then Deku's like, "I'll definitely consider it." And I feel like Deku in this would still go with Gran Torino. I feel like that makes the most sense. And they all basically head off home, and the next day they're all waiting for the train, and Deku sees Ida and is like, "What's wrong with Ida? Like, what's going on?" And he basically goes over there to talk to him, and he was like, "Ida, like, is everything okay, man? Like you can always talk to me." And Ida says he's okay, and Deku kind of looks at him and goes, "You know I have a fast learning quirk, right? Like, and that includes like knowing people's habits and the way they act. Like, I can learn those things very quickly, and I can tell like everything isn't okay." And Ida kind of looks at him and goes, "Yes, well, my brother Ingenium, he was put in the hospital after the hero killer attacked him." And he basically was like, and Deku was like, "I'm so sorry, but please promise me you're not gonna do anything irrational." And Ida's like, "Of course I won't, of course." And but Deku knows, like, I'm not gonna press the action. Like, I can't. It might make it worse. But he could tell that Ida is thinking of something and might not be for the best. But he just hopes that his friend will not do anything too crazy, you know? So basically Deku, just like in canon, goes off on the train and heads over to Gran Torino's apartment. And he knocks on it, and no one's answering. And he's like, "Dude, like, is he even here? Like, the lights aren't even on." And he opens the door to see an old man laying in a pile of blood. Alright, I think that's where I'll end this off. If you enjoyed, please hit that like and subscribe. And if you have any suggestions for either future what ifs, additions to this what if, or what ifs to, you know, do during this what if, honestly, I said what if like 3 different times. If you have any suggestions, put it in the comments. And if you enjoyed, I appreciate you so much, and I hope you have an amazing day. Peace out.